name's Chris Baddick. I'm a professional mountain bike racer based in Boulder, Colorado. This is my gear room where I keep all my bikes. So, managed to fit 11 bikes in this room. There's 8 up here on the rack, which are pretty tightly spaced. It's a pretty good mix of mountain bikes, road bikes, and cyclocross bikes. Obviously race mountain bikes in the summer, but then in the autumn and winter I'm racing cross, so there's a few of those mixed in as well. Before I made this rack, it was just kind of disaster room. It was like bikes everywhere, wheels all over the place. Like every time you wanted to get to a bike, there'd be like 3 bikes in front of it. It got to the point where I needed a wheel rack as well, so put a wheel rack together, and that's worked really well, just having everything really accessible. This is my race bike from this year. It's a Scott Spark. I've been riding on Scott bikes for a couple of years now. And yeah, it's a great race bike, super light, pretty easy to work on as well, so if I'm away somewhere, I can work on it myself without too much trouble. Even after like 2 months of working on a bike, you decide that buying a nice work stand is like highest priority. Like that's the first thing you have to do. That was definitely one of the better investments I've made for this bike room. We kind of figured out the storage thing as we were going along, really. That over there with all our water bottles and nutrition and stuff was a bookcase. Then it would be awesome to have a workbench, but we have this desk and it functions really well. It's got like a nice little secret drawer here, so I always have like an empty space, which is pretty cool. This tool case is also super nice because it only weighs like 15 pounds, which means if I'm on the road, it's pretty easy to throw in the back of the car. Pretty much a full box of tires. Even if a tire is only like a little bit worn, I probably aren't, like I'm not gonna race on it, because every time I race I want my tires to be like in super good shape. So I end up with like a full box of tire after tire after tire. These are my wheel bags. Wheels are kind of one of the hardest things to travel with because they're so delicate, but every time you're traveling to a race, you need to have your race wheels and a pair of training wheels as well. So you end up with multiple pieces of luggage, which the airlines really like to charge you a bunch of money for. So far we haven't figured out a good way to avoid that. So this cowboy hat I won in Steamboat Springs. The Steamboat Stinger is an awesome race. The first prize every year is a cowboy hat. And every single year someone else has walked away with a cowboy hat. This year, finally, it was my year. Having a gear room is just, it's part of it. I wouldn't want to have a house without a whole pile of gear. It's pretty cool. It's great to have you guys in here and looking around.